Welcome back to my channel, guys, and today we're going to be talking about something that's recently been affecting one of the players in our community today. So if you guys haven't already heard, a player by the name of Yaffa is the victim of homophobic attacks by several other users who are mass reporting their Starry Corridor entries, and as a result that has led to a lot of her posts being deleted, despite it not going against terms of service. So in this video I will be talking about the breakdown of the event, the solution, and my other thoughts in between. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, I wasn't actually really familiar with the situation because even though I do post on the Starry Corridor from time to time, I don't actually really know what's happening on there unless people message me about it. And recently I've been getting a few messages regarding the situation, and I looked into it and found a Reddit post. So this Reddit post does an amazing job just summarizing the situation, and TLDR, the LGBT plus community is getting harassed and the developers don't care and even side with the homophobes. Long story short, Yaffa has been making some LGBTQ plus entries on the Starry Corridor, albeit very innocent ones, and they have been mass reported by other players. And not only are they making her posts being deleted, they're also harassing her by making other posts and basically condemning her for making these LGBTQ plus posts. I think that this situation is ridiculous because I feel like just because other people have different worldviews doesn't mean that you have the right to take that away from them. Just because I think apples are great doesn't mean that I have to force you into thinking that apples are great. I think that being gay or being a lesbian or being straight or being whatever it is not a choice. However, being hateful is a choice. So at the end of the day, I want to chalk it up to these people being very uneducated about the situation, and they're just very closed-minded in terms of thinking that there is only one view that people should have, and that is people should be straight. I know I'm going off on a little tangent here, but I just find it really annoying that in this day and age there are still people that are very homophobic. Why is it that we are still dealing with this type of stuff when it's already 2021? But regardless, why don't we look at this technically? So I pulled up the terms of service and I was looking for a section that tells us what we can and can't do in the game. So this is one part of the terms of service, and it says you agree that your use of the service shall be lawful and that you will comply with the usage rules. In furtherance of the foregoing, and as an example and not as a limitation, you agree not to use the service in order to post, upload, transmit, or otherwise disseminate information that is obscene, indecent, vulgar, pornographic, sexual, or otherwise objectionable, defame, libel, ridicule, mock, stalk, threaten, harass, intimidate, or abuse anyone, hatefully, racially, ethnically, or in any reasonable person's view otherwise offensive or objectionable, upload or transmit of. Honestly, I'm just going to stop there because there's a lot of words and I feel like the grammar is really not there, or maybe I'm just not saying it right. But to summarize, our posts should not be obscene, should not be sexual, should not be hateful, and should not be offensive, right? Like, that's it, and I fully agree with this. And it also says that we should not threaten or harass or intimidate or abuse anybody, by the way. So just like keep that at the back of your mind. So anyways, why don't I just show you what posts Yaffa has been posting and what posts have been being removed and reported, because you'll be pretty surprised to see that these posts are being reported in the first place, because I've seen much more like bad posts in comparison. If anything, these are just incredibly innocent and sweet. So let's play a game too while we're at it. True or false? There is absolutely nothing wrong with this photo in terms of being sexual, obscene, hateful, or offensive in any nature. True, because number one, this is incredibly cute. It says, wow, look at all the constellations. I personally didn't realize that this was an LGBTQ plus post in the first place, and I'm not saying it has to be, but I'm just saying, like, where is the issue with this? There is literally no issue with this, and it's been reported and removed. I feel that it's ridiculous that as long as there's like enough people that report a post, that post goes to the trash. It makes like a very dangerous situation where it's just like, as long as there's a band of people that don't like something, then a post can be deleted without any further investigation by the developers. So that's number one. So number two, same question, same game. It's a picture of two girls or guys, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And it's very sweet because it says, I'm wishing that I could hold you here forever. So just context, it's so cute. Like, hello, it's just something really sweet that you would see on any cute post regarding a couple. Doesn't matter what couple it is, but apparently it matters to other people. And it matters enough that they think that it's right to report this post so that it would be deleted from Yaffa's journal. So, okay, fine. Let's just say say that this photo in general, like two people in bed, it could be sexual in nature, but it's not, because they're fully clothed. The context that Yaffa put them in is very sweet. They're not like doing anything indecent. Like one of them is sleeping, their heart's over their head, and they're both literally sleeping. How is that sexual in any nature? Let's go to this one. I feel like this photo is undisputably innocent. Like I don't think there's any other thing that I could describe it as besides innocent and sweet and funny, because it literally says, "Catch me, I'm dying from all the studying." And it's a girl catching another girl who has a book on her head. Like what in this situation screams that it's inappropriate to children? Because one of the main arguments of the developers and the people reporting her is that it's inappropriate for children. So you're saying that this girl saving another girl from falling off a chair while trying to grab a book is inappropriate for children? Let's look at the instigators. So one of them is this person over here, and I find it pretty ridiculous, as in this isn't a noob account, because as you can see, this player is V7, and I think that any player that is over V4 is likely an adult that is over 18, because I feel like at that point in time, you are old enough to make financial decisions to put this much money in the game. But other than that, I think it's more reasonable to assume that these players are older as the V level gets higher. So I'm just really disappointed, because they're saying that, number one, you said words not to kids. I'm assuming that they're saying like you're saying words that are not appropriate for kids. And number two, they're saying that it's a gay bad post, which is hypocritical. And number three, I don't know if you're a girl or boy, like it matters. Like if I'm a girl, am I not allowed to make same-sex posts? Or if I'm a boy, am I not allowed to make same-sex posts? Like what is the issue here? And number four, I'm not the only one who reported you. Okay, cool. So like you're making it seem like there's a bunch of people that are actively trying to harass and report her, and I don't know what else they said. But at the end of the day, it's like so childish and so ridiculous that this situation is even happening in the first place. And then we have a follow-up email by the Love Nikki customer service where Yaffa said that, "Dear Love Nikki developers, my username is Yaffa and my ID is XYZ and people are harassing me." And then the customer service responded by saying, "Dear player, please do not post photos that are not suitable for minors in the game." So I personally think that this is a very generic response where the Love Nikki people who are in customer support, once they see a certain email regarding a specific subject, they're just gonna grab that generic reply and just send it off. And I don't think they really properly read it, most likely because maybe number one, they're actually not really good at reading English. Number two, they just don't have the time or resources to read each case individually. So later there's an update that the Love Nikki staff will not be giving Yaffa her pictures back, even though they are so innocent. There's nothing inappropriate about these photos. Like I just have to stress it. The only inappropriate behavior that I have seen so far is demonstrated by the people who are continually harassing Yaffa by reporting her posts and making entries that are basically condemning her for behavior that they are literally doing, such as being mean to people. And I think that being mean to people is not something that is appropriate for minors in the game. So what is the solution here? I just made this email and I haven't sent it yet for good reason though. A lot of the times I know that Love Nikki customer support is unable to do anything specific as long as you do not have the user ID for the player. So unless Yaffa can reach out to me or share her user ID, which might be a little uncomfortable for her, totally understandable, I won't send it for now. But like if she says that she can't give me her UID, then obviously I will just send it as is, like without the UID. But I'm just saying, for a matter of fact, like if you want issues to be actually looked at and pursued, you really do need a UID to begin with. And number two, I think that there is a very strong language barrier between us and the Love Nikki customer people or like support staff, and I think maybe it's in our best interest to help the staff understand our situation by helping them understand what we're trying to say in the first place. So I've actually used Google Translate on many occasions to write Chinese stuff, and I've shown my parents the Chinese translation and my mom was just like, wow, their Chinese is even better than my Chinese in terms of writing. So I would strongly suggest you to maybe even provide them with a translated version of your text by literally copying and pasting it onto Google Translate and just putting it at the top of your email so that they can see it first. So yeah, that's what my other solution is. And number three, it's to bring awareness to other platforms that the Love Nikki developers can see. I know that the Facebook group has like a message system that you can send messages through. So if you message enough, or if more people are able to bring this situation to light, respectfully by the way, then the people like the admins of the Facebook page might be able to bring it up to the developers. All in all, it's like important for the community to get together. Again, I apologize for this being so late, and yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on the situation. I'm just like kind of cheesed that this is an issue in the first place and that the developers aren't taking the extra step to literally look at the post, because as long as they literally look at the post, they'll see that there's nothing wrong with it and they can reinstate the photos. But I feel like they're just ignoring the situation because there's not enough backlash towards it, and as long as the community can get together as a whole, I'm sure that we can somehow convince the developers that Yaffa has not done anything wrong. Let me know if you have any other suggestions in terms of tackling the situation. I'll do my best to respond, but it has been a busy week for me, so please understand if I'm not like that fast in responding. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.